Well, I spent 8 years on a community board. Other folks on our coalition have been parts of community boards or just actively involved with local politics, local development. Now there's a lot of resources that you can find a lot of information through YIMBY and other different sites around development that's happening in your communities. So what we try to do is just keep our ears open so we can be really in tune to what's happening before it happens. So we can, if there's public comment periods on permitting of a waste transfer station or re-permitting of a fossil fuel power plant. Like again, 15 years ago, or now it's been 20 years ago, another governor, Pataki, put 10 fossil fuel power plants around the state of New York. He put 4 in our neighborhood. So what we can do as a citizen or our civic engagement is to make sure we activate our community when we hear about these things happening, let them know it's happening, and let them be able to comment within that time frame. When this land was leased in 1996, for 100 years, we fought that. Parts of our coalition fought that, saying that you can't, this is public land pretty much given to a private entity without there being an overt public benefit. And that's against the state constitution of New York. What is a public benefit? We have yet to see the public benefit. So we're proposing change in quality of life enhancement. We created it about 4 years ago. It's called the Mott Haven-Port Morris Waterfront Plan. To make this, activate this site as a green space opportunity site for community members to come to recreate, to increase their quality of life, but also to mitigate storm surge, to protect our community from all the waste and everything that lines our waterfront. This here's a site where after Sandy, 4.5 feet of water breached these shores and put right where you all made your right turn around that construction site, the water's 4.5 feet high there. Because this here is a cement slab which has no permeability and water just runs off. So Sandy was a superstorm. What happens when there's a category 2 or 3 hits New York City? This community of color is going to be underwater, and everything that lines our waterfront will endanger our community. Quality of life enhancements for the people who live here now. And that's why that type of development kind of threatens the people who've been living here for decades, because it's geared for higher income earners, and it's geared to raise property values and rents and taxes. So when you have fixed income seniors or people living in stabilized apartments or low rent apartments, because this is a gateway neighborhood, it threatens to raise the prices of those units. Yeah, no, it's the problem with hyper real estate speculation, meaning an intense speculative market on the real estate that's here, because land is always been the major commodity, right? If you look at Manhattan, there is no more, so it's moving north. So now the Bronx is like the hottest place for people to come and try to buy. You see all this development happening. So it's really threatening the people who live here and has lived here for decades at lower rents. Plus we've seen it happen in other parts of we've seen Sobro or Soho and all those name changes. But they are quite wealthy. Chetrick owned the Sears Tower in Chicago. He sold it for $1 billion. They're going to invest $350 million into this project. And now they're trying to get tax subsidies to do it without really providing any real affordable housing. So there's other developers, JCal, there where you see the black tarp around that, that's going to be an 81-unit market rate housing. Then right behind us, you saw the clock tower, that red building, so that's a residential building. It was a piano factory, and this behind it, they own the property. They're building one of the most luxurious rental buildings in the Bronx.